Hello, this is Joan, and today we're going to look at the Block 2 submission form for our Introduction to Engineering Design Core Training class. We went over it in Block 2, the cohort meeting. So if you take a look at the recorded meeting for that, you will see Brian showing how to do the multi-view drawing, but I'm going to walk through it one more time. Especially if you're new to Fusion, hopefully this will help you out. Okay, Block 2 form, here's the examples. The first question asked you to put in your hand drawing. There was one more. There was this, it was a skinnier, so this one is too wide, but there was a tall block like this, triangle, and then there was a column. And those should be hand sketched, and you should always use a straight edge whenever possible. In the second part, they asked you to see if you can figure out what the isometric shape is right here. It is missing. This is the famous Project Lead the Way shape number 1, or Thing 1 we used to call it back in the day. And have fun figuring that out. I enjoy that one a lot. So I'm going to go over the next part, which is I'm going to use a different shape, and it's asking you to do a multi-view drawing in Fusion. So let's take a look there. We're looking for the front, top, and right side in the picture. So let's take a look at the actual course. So this is our, I think I'm on the wrong one. Okay, Block 2 in the professional development. So you go to the Block 2 overview, and that's where you can get your submission form. And if I go back here on the left, it's your turn number 2. That's what we're trying to work on right now. So the hand sketches, the ones we just looked at, are here, and then step 3 is the Fusion part. So they asked you to use this round column construction block instead of what the students are using, which is that arc shape you see in the example form. And we're going to complete steps 7 through 10 in the multi-view drawings. So go ahead and just click this and let it download. Do not open it. Just click it and forget about it. One time. Just let it go to your downloads, leave it there. Now I'm going to click on this one and get to our student course. I had already clicked it, so I have it open. Okay, so when you come and you click that one, 1.2.3, it brings you here. That's student. See dark color, 1, 2, 3. And we're looking for step 7. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll. Forgive me for going too fast, but the Fusion takes a long time, so I'll go click here. All right. And in step 7, it talks about CAD multi-view drawings and where to get some help. So you can read through here, and they talk about the orthographic projections, which are these, projecting it to different views, so we can get it manufactured, right? And then step 7 says, investigate the procedure. We want you to learn how to do multi-view drawings. There's a couple of things you can do here. If you're using Onshape, there's a learning center here. If you're using Fusion, there's a couple things. There's Solid Professor, which I think it doesn't show it here. Solid Professor and Fusion 360. It might say it in It's Your Turn. Yeah. So I go back to It's Your Turn, which is our course, It's Your Turn. They direct you to Solid Professor, which is actually available to you right in the Project Lead the Way website just for you. And you can click on it, and it has how to do some things, videos and walkthroughs. Great website. Taught myself how to use Fusion using mostly this. There's also Autodesk for Education, their website. It's fabulous. Just videos, but I was able to help myself learn how to do this years ago. Anyway, that's just general, and it won't do this actual assignment, so I will do that with you. Okay, so back to the student side, they ask us to add the base view and then set up your page so you have a multi-view drawing. So I'm going to shrink all this, and I'll walk you through it. Okay, so remember, you downloaded by clicking on round column block in the It's Your Turn section. Never ever double click it. It's going to open Fusion twice, and then you'll crash. So leave it there, and you have to teach your students that as well. And then inside Fusion, so this is my Fusion. If you're using it for the first time, it asks you to create a team. Just create a team of your own name. So I have a team Joan, and then you'll be able to move along. This right here is the data panel. I'm going to click it. See how it looks like a little Rubik's Cube. It's got the little squares. And I'm going to create a new project. You don't have to do this. I just want to be organized. So I'm IED, fall, and we're core training, and it's 2023. So I'm going to do that. And then it moves it all the way down to the bottom. So watch when it moves and then hit the pin. The pin puts it all the way at the top. So I'm going to do this one. IED fall. And again, you don't have to, but it keeps you organized. Once you click on it, just leave it there. You don't ever have to click on it again for our course. And you can close this up and you'll always be in that. So we're going to leave it open. And you see where it says upload? That's what we want to do. So hit upload. And then we're going to either drag and drop or just select the files. I'm going to take mine out of my downloads. One click, open. Sometimes this window gets way too low in the ground, so you have to find a way to drag it up. And it's a little too big. And then I'm going to hit upload. And I'm going to watch over here while it uploads. Usually the picture turns color, but maybe not. There it goes. Okay. So now I can double click it, or I can click here, open design, but I've already got it. So that is the round column construction block. Now I'm going to close this so I have more space on my screen. I always want more space, and that's the best way to add a file here. Never double click from your downloads. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now for the simplified version of the drawing sheet. Come up here to design on the left side, left click, drop all the way down to drawing, and I want to do it from design. You'll see a little pop-up window come over here. I think I'm a little bit outside of my recording area. Okay. And then if you don't see it, look for it. It might look like this tiny. See that? So click your arrows to get that open. Okay. Drawing, create a new sketch from scratch, ASME, inches. And I think they asked for 8.5 by 11. So let's try that. I think I'm going to try this one, the second letter A. I don't remember which orientation that is. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and then just click OK. So I did the second 11 by 8. Let's see if we get this correct. Click OK. It takes forever. Sometimes it crashes. If I try to do this on Zoom, it doesn't work at all. Oh yeah, that worked out great. So I like this size, so if the students want to print it and put it in their binder, I put their notebook in a binder, it looks good. Okay, so I'm going to place my view. The front view is always on the bottom left here, and I'm going to left click in order to place it. See how it changed? I left clicked on my mouse, and then I'm good. So I got that there. I can change the orientation here, I mean the scale if I wanted to make it different, but it's fine. And then I'm going to click OK. If you're familiar with Fusion and you're watching this and you know there was an easier way to do that, to project it from here, yes, I'm trying to make sure I cover all the bases for new people. So now I want to go from my front view to my top right here, my isometric, and then my right side view, and then I'll be done. So I'm going to come up here to project it under drawing, and I'm going to left click it so it highlights blue. I'm going to select my parent view, which is the only view I have right now, left click, and then you're actually seeing the top of it as you move. So I'm going to drag it up, left click, bring it over. Always change your scale if you're going off the page here. We do not want that. And then left click one more time. So I come into the middle and I want to right click and click OK. Otherwise it's repeated, and they do that so you can bring it in multiple times. So I have isometric, top, front, side, and that's how I teach the students. And I would definitely print out one of these large, label them isometric, top, front, side, so they can always look at it and never be confused. I'm going to go to my isometric view here and double click. And when I do that, it gives me a chance to add some color. So I clicked on the top right there, and now it moved, but the word says shaded. I'm going to close that. And that looks good. We can add dimensions and more to that, but this is enough for one video. I want to keep it under 10 minutes, and it already defaults to what you have opened and what your project name is. If your students are on computers, it'll tell us their name usually when they start up here. See, mine says Joan down there. It might say their name or their student number. Okay, and that's all you have to do to submit for today. Thanks for watching.